Panther and Shadows Story. They began outdoors as part of the feral colony in my area. Shadow here is enjoying a belly rub, which is why he got his name Shadow. He was always eager to come find me and follow me. Panther, on the other hand, wasn't too sure why Shadow was always interested in this human. While they were outdoors, of course, any comfy spot they could find would do. They were also out there with their other brother and their mother with the rest of the feral colony. Sadly, we weren't able to bring their other brother in as he was diagnosed with feline leukemia, and in our area and part of the TNR program, that means they are unfortunately euthanized. Their mother, Sheena, had no interest in coming indoors, so she stayed out and the boys decided to come in. Here's another example of Shadow being Mr. Snuggler. When am I moving indoors? And this was day one when they did come inside. Shadow, of course, is the one rubbing my face. Super happy to be an indoor cat. Panther, again, not so sure about these humans. And as I say, he ended up coming in because unfortunately their other brother had to be euthanized. So that was a very challenging time for all of us, cats and human. The boys had to stay in a separate room for several weeks because our beautiful little Cedric here at the bottom of the clip was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, one of the most aggressive types of cancer. She'd spent 4 days in Guelph at the Ontario Veterinary College. So first we had to be sure that she was stabilized, that her chemotherapy, which was thankfully just a little pill every 2 weeks, was going to be successful. And once she was stable, then we could bring the boys inside. So they were 4 months old when they became indoor only cats. Of course, once they were able to get out and meet the girls, we had 4 girls at that time: Morgan, Cedric, Ghost, and Xena. The boys easily and quickly adapted to being in the house. The girls accepted them no problem, and they got to explore things like hanging out on the couch in weird positions together, as well as playing on the cat tree. And of course, they could enjoy sprawling out as Shadow is here on the couch by themselves, or getting into adventures with little Cedric in this other photo, as in, hey, what's up on the table? Of course, Shadow was his dad's buddy, helping out here in the kitchen. Panther off to the side, and as you can tell, yes, they were definitely big boys. Panther, of course, still is. Shadow snuggling again with my Good Vibes Only shirt. It was definitely one of his favorites. And he definitely, in the 3.5 years we were able to spend with him, gave off many good vibes. Of course, the boys enjoyed curling up with their sisters. The first photo here is with Xena at the edge of our bed. And Shadow, definitely one of his best days, curled up with Xena and Cedric. Sadly, in November 2020, we had to say goodbye to Cedric after 40 months, so she definitely outlived the diagnosis of 8 months. And Shadow, in March 2021, who were never quite sure how feline leukemia became active, but he went in for a test. That's what they found was causing problems. He was in crisis, and we had to say goodbye. We are blessed to still have Panther and Xena with us. Panther, of course, as if you've seen my other videos, has definitely become accustomed to being a bit of a cuddle cat himself. And of course, he and Xena get into plenty of adventures. And yes, I have to wipe away the tears. Thought I was going to make it. And of course, if you've seen Tiki and her Forever Home video, you know this year we adopted Tiki from PetSmart. Tiki is our first pet adoption. Panther, Shadow, Cedric, and Morgan are all rescues from our backyard. The universe brings them to us. We typically don't have to go find them. Ghost and Xena were born in our basement, and that's how all these wonderful kids have become a part of our life. We're definitely grateful. Sorry, still got to wipe a few more tears here. We're definitely grateful for Tiki having joined the family. Panther definitely enjoys having a younger sister and someone to play with. And of course, as she's been getting bigger, they play more often and a little rougher, but they definitely love and enjoy each other's company. Xena's gotten used to the new addition as well. So we're definitely grateful for our little Tiki and all the wonderful things she has brought into our life. So today I just wanted to highlight and showcase that ferals definitely are not all wild. If you've seen my video about Sweet Pea, she was definitely a cuddle cat, but unlike Shadow, she had no interest in coming indoors. We certainly tried. I hope you enjoyed learning a bit more about Shadow, Panther, and our fur babies. And until next time, have a great one. Hello and welcome to Panther, the King of Mischief. Here you can see Panther definitely enjoying the heat. He's laying next to a vent where the heat comes out from under the couch, and he is definitely in a spot to make the most of it. So he's definitely our little heat pig. Next we have Panther with his sister Tiki, of course, and they're helping as I'm getting set up in my room. Panther supervising what's she doing up there, and then decides, forget it, I'm looking outside. Next, this is from my book haul, Little Tiny Kisses as Tiki travels off. And of course, Panther as usual on the desk. He's got Tiki up there as well, but he definitely enjoys showing me what to do. Here he's helping me with my presentation of George Orwell's 1984 versus 2024. And he decided to help me with some of the typing, which, as you can imagine, didn't go so well. So then he decided to go look out the window instead. He might be deciding if he wants to start going through the Blavatsky information that I had to read to start that Hoax or Holy Grail episode. This, no, was not Tiki's fault. I heard paper rustling, went in the room, and there was Panther emptying my file But of course, he had it out to the living room, and when I came back out, he was, "What? I didn't do it. Wasn't my fault, Mom." And of course, when I was trying to get all the papers put back in order, he was once again in the middle of them and not being as helpful as he could be. I guess he figured there was something else I should be doing instead of working on that. And I would have if he hadn't taken the file apart, little monkey. Thankfully, I had all the books written in order and I remembered what happened in each of the books. Unfortunately, I didn't have the pages numbered, so it took me a bit of time. And there's Panther going, "You really need to get these books taken care of, Mum." And I have added them to my master list. So I now know I have a total of 500 books, 525 actually, to read in my personal library. And I've made a dent in that. I just need to go back through now and mark off the number of books that I've actually finished reading. So I'm getting closer, even though my TBR is going crazy as I find more and more new books that I want to start reading. Nature Break, here's the groundhog and Chin. Here's Mr. or Miss Groundhog, I'm not really sure. And then I'm trying to angle over so that I can see Chin on my front deck, and she's just enjoying the sunshine, not the least bit concerned about the groundhog below. And they're both just hanging out, enjoying the sunshine. Hope you enjoyed this week's video. If so, be sure to hit that like button, share it out to others who may enjoy this content. Leave me a comment down below, as all of that helps get me out to other people who enjoy this type of content. Also, if you haven't already, remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you know when I upload content of interest to you. Until next time, take good care.